Good morning. Welcome to Deacon Jody Daily. I'm so glad you joined us today. Today we have a continuation of 1 Kings, the story of Solomon, and then we have a very interesting reading from Mark, which we'll dive into in a second. First of all, thank you for sharing this video with me, and if you would be so kind, please like it, share it, whatever forum you're on. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on the Facebook page, and we'll continue to increase this algorithm and share these messages, hopefully universally as it goes on. It's been a pleasure to do these. We've been doing them for months now, and it's been a special part of my day. And so anyway, thank you for sharing. So today, when we're in 1 Kings, yesterday we had Sheba come and give all the gifts to Solomon, and that was the introduction of the foreign women in his life. And today we see the end impact of these foreign women on his life. And we have to kind of understand that sometimes we have good intentions and bad things happen. So, for example, one of the commentators, I think it was maybe Dr. Gray, said that these were political moves by Solomon to marry these foreign women who were, for want of another word, aristocrats. They were like the daughters of the Pharaoh and different things. That these were political moves, and that the intention would have been to spread the Jewish spirituality to the world, but it had the reverse effect, where these women came in and they contaminated Solomon's spirituality, and he wound up following them and building altars to their gods, and actually in some cases worshiping those gods. And the reading says that this put Solomon in disfavor with the Lord. And because of the Lord's faithfulness to David, he didn't take the kingdom away from Solomon, but he took it away from Solomon's son, and he left one tribe. So the point here is that instead of the word spreading to the world adversely impacted the word. And that what happens to us sometimes, and maybe not us personally, but us universally, is that despite our good intentions, sometimes we are corrupted by the things of the world. And we talked about the tendency to sin, as Bishop Barron talked about it yesterday or the day before, and that is a human nature thing that we have to overcome, and we can only overcome it through the grace of God. So, when we're in the world, we should say, okay, we're in the world, but we're not of the world. But when we become of the world, that's when we fall into a situation where we're contrary to being one with our Lord, which is what we should really strive to be. Now, in the reading in Mark, here's the setup. There's a foreign woman, and her daughter has a demonic spirit in her. And she comes to Jesus and asks Jesus to cast out the demon. And Jesus says, no, I'm here for the Jews. You're not a Jew. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the Jews. And I'm putting in my own words. She shows incredible faith. She says, even the dogs get the scraps off the table. And he is impressed by her persistence. He's impressed by her determination and her faith. And so he says, go, your daughter, the demon's left your daughter. And the demon had. So what is the message here? The message here is a foreigner comes in, and instead of impacting Jesus impacts her and sends her forth with the word, who is Jesus. So you have kind of a contrary situation here with respect to them. And then, Bishop Barron, he touches on the fact that, the woman, has been known through the ages to be persistent and determined and all that sort of stuff. And yet he says that he thinks that her determination is really only a part of it. And I think I can pull it up for you and maybe very quickly share it with you and show you what he actually says, because he says some really nice things, and it's a little bit different than what we hear from everybody else. Listen to what he says. He says, people come to Jesus demanding things, and we're tempted to do what Jesus initially did, and that is to tell them back off. But the whole Christian life consists in remembering that we are to help the needs of the suffering ones. He says, we are here for those who need us to care for them. So I think that, the Bishop Barron also talks about a combination of humility and boldness in the woman. And sometimes we can be that. It seems counterintuitive that we can be bold and humble at the same time, but that's really what we're called to be in a Christian sense. Humble in spirit, bold in our response to the gospel. And so today, I think in our reflection, let us ponder on the failures of Solomon and pray for the grace to not fall into the same temptation to become of the world. And then let us think about this woman and her determination, and let us have determined prayer life so that we can let God see our reception of his grace, and that way we can be in a situation where we're one with the Lord in mind, body, and spirit. So with that, this has been a great day. Good readings, and I appreciate every one of you. And tomorrow, I'm going to wear a different hat, and there'll be a reason for it, and I'll share with you tomorrow. You pray for me, I'll pray for you. God bless.